What a fucking weirdo.
Kevin Samuels don't believe in this stuff.
No.
Like, and I'm not defending Kevin Samuels.
No.
Kevin Samuels is a rude piece of shit to people.
Yes.
But even still, the message he's putting off, I think I mostly agree with. He's saying, like, look, woman, why do you think that you're a 10 out of 10 when you have all this stuff that people view as less than that? Like, you got to rate yourself realistically to get with somebody around your level. That seems to be mostly what Kevin Samuels' message was about, except there was a very venomous way that he was attacking women, like, because, that sells, so to speak. And so, like, and that's the stuff I couldn't get jiggy with.
All right. Well, for our next topic, boys, Andrew Tate getting banned, getting shut down. Policies that he's going through, he's red flag. That's why he's getting shut down, because of the policies for Instagram, or the rules and shit, and the policies.
He's getting shut down because he's getting shut down because he says hateful shit. That's
the reasoning why, because he can hateful shit. Is what they're saying. I
actually have never watched one of Andrew Tate's videos. Is he like some sort of Kevin Samuels, but worse?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like the evolution of Kevin.
He's not as bad as Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels never got banned from...
No, he's worse than Kevin Samuels. You just asked the question and we just said, yeah.
Okay.
Is he Kevin Samuels but worse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool,
but he's not as bad as Kevin. What? No, we just said he's worse.
I mean, even from like... If you want to talk about just like actual crimes committed, the man's hiding out in Romania right now because he had kidnapped a woman and he had rape charge in the U.S. or something. He's got some legal woes right now. I just saw
allegedly
something.
Or actually happened.
He was alleged to have kidnapped a woman, abducted a woman, and was keeping her at his home in Romania. They raided his home and they found an American woman that was being held against her will in his home.
Ooh.
Yeah, that last bit I'm not sure. And they found an American woman in his house, and not like, I don't know what else is coming of that. I don't know about, like, she was held against her will. If she's held against her will, then it's done. It's a done deal. Like, it's damning as fuck, right?
Yeah, and I mean, he's talked about moving to Romania because they don't go after rape charges or something like that. There was some video that he posted that got deleted or some shit like that. I was reading some website that was talking about this.
Yeah, even that, I'm not trying to play defense for him. It wasn't clear to me if he was saying like he had a rape charge, so he was going to Romania because it was easier to beat, or if he was saying that in general, because of his position, there may be like accusations against him, so he'd rather live in a place where beating those types of charges are easier. Still a weird fucking thing to bring up.
It's still real shady. I've never moved to a place based on whether they have a higher rape charge conviction or not.
He claims to be the most famous person in the world. I'm the most famous person in the world.
I don't know if that's too far fetched though.
Do you think you could go talk to anybody about Donald Trump? You think you're gonna go to my mom and be like, "Hey, do you know who Andrew Tate is?" Maybe my mom might know who he is now, but I don't.
Yeah, go on the street and show people a picture of Andrew Tate and a picture of, I don't know, Tom Cruise, and see which one they could name.
If they can't name Tom Cruise, I'd be more shocked by that. If they can't,
because he's one of the most famous men in the world.
Yeah. But no, I mean, he's famous like in the reference to like on all social media. Old people are probably not on social media like that.
So now you're saying social media.
He's saying
he's the most famous man in the world.
Well, you get famous off of TikTok and social media like that. What that gets you there, and then you'll be known. That's just how it is.
No, he said he is the most. Nobody is more known than him. Not LeBron James, not Michael Jordan, not Donald Trump. The most famous person in the world is Andrew Tate.
I also did want to say, I started this off by saying it's probably not too far fetched. So I'm just saying.
Oh, it is far-fetched. It's far-fetched.
He's definitely up there with those motherfuckers.
I would argue
it is not. He is not even anywhere near.
He's up there.
I would say he's not near the top 100 or so.
You Google that.
He ain't fucking with Tom Cruise. He ain't even fucking with Tom Hanks.
I would be more to say that
he
niggas
ain't even
don't even
fucking
know.
with Tom Green.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's
He might,
maybe
he,
close.
he might be more famous than
He's
Tom
right more
Cruise.
famous than
I
Tom.
don't know about that.
Yo, listen, Tom Cruise was referenced in the song Computers by Bobby Schmurder. And what's the other guy's name? That's such a good song. I think that I'm Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. I love it.
That's
one of the
that
best.
just sounds
It's
terrible.
one of the best songs in the world.
I don't never heard of it, so I don't think it's the best in the world.
Yeah, I guess because you're not from New York.
So only people from New York is now the
Well, he
world.
said it's one of the best songs, not one of the most popular songs, Tony.
He said in the world. It's one of the best
Yeah,
songs
one
in
of the
world.
best songs, not the most popular song.
Best is always subjective.
Right?
Yeah, to only New York, I guess. But so let's just not say the world. Say New York.
I mean, I disagree with Doe. I'm just saying. To say I haven't heard of it, so it can't be one of the best, that's kind of a silly ass
It's just saying. It's the same thing as saying, "Oh, I don't know who Andrew Tate is. I've never seen none of his shit."
It's not the
it can't-
same.
It
Let's
is
not
the
get
same.
into
It is the same.
Oh my God.
It
Do you
is.
think you think popularity is the same as saying quality? You think those are the same comparisons?
No. What I'm complaining about is not quality. He's saying.
he said this is the best song in the world.
He said best.
Go to
I didn't hear
sleep, my
best.
brother.
I didn't hear
Go
best.
go with
I
me.
didn't hear best.
You said best like 11 times, so you know you heard best. You're just not listening, bro.
I didn't hear best, but I could be wrong. The tapes is there.
You said best.
a
You, with your own
documentation.
mouth. It can't be one of the best. I haven't heard it.
So either way, it's the same as saying
Tony was about to
Like-
argue with me again, even though he just conceded the whole thing. It's like, just get out of here.
I just skipped over that shit. But damn, I lost track
So,
of what the
all
fuck
right.
I was going.
Do you think he should have been banned?
No,
You think no, Mateo thinks yes.
I think that banning people is a complicated thing, but at the end of the day, it's a private platform. They can ban whoever the fuck they want. We could get banned from YouTube tomorrow. And that's just a decision that would be beyond our control. We could appeal and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. I'm not saying whether they were right or wrong to do it. I'm saying, do you think they should have? Because
I think that with his following, especially among young men, I think that young men and young people in general tend to be pretty they're squishy brained. Your brain's still developing. You're still figuring out what the hell you're about and what your opinions are. I think he's dangerous. I do think that he spread some dangerous bullshit. So I don't necessarily disagree with him getting banned.
Yo, they banned him off of Roblox. What the fuck terms of violations did he violate there?
yeah, it's this thing they do on the internet where like as soon as one company like bans you, everybody bans you at once. I think that's shitty. I think there's a balance. Like if you're a straight up like child molester, I think any site could go, yeah, I don't want my website to be associated with this guy, right? But it's like if what a person did was break terms of service on some other site,
why
that
ban? Yeah,
it feels weird for you to just go ahead and ban them. I don't know.
It depends on what you're saying, though. Like, I think that hateful speech should be subject to being banned from platforms.
is what he's saying super hateful though, or is he saying like how he
can
feels
you give
about
me
certain?
can you give me an example of what this guy would say, Tony, please?
He would say pretty much that a woman shouldn't speak unless spoken to, or
Oh, what is he
Yeah.
live in Saudi Arabia?
well, he lives out there in that Romania ass shit, so maybe that's how they run it.
Yeah,
Or
but
he
come
says
on.
that
Yeah, but he's not
20s?
from there, though.
yeah, he's
Like,
not from there. Or maybe he was saying like he would say like some shit like, oh, like I make the money, I make the decisions. She wants to go out with her friends. No. She it was just like a very like I make the rules, I make the decisions. If I say yes, then you can. If
So
I do it,
basically-
don't say shit.
Super machismo.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
chauvinistic,
yeah.
misogynistic. Women are
Not-
just items. They're just objects, kind of thing.
Once again, let me refrain. Let me dial back. I'm saying like everything he's saying is not super hate. Some of it kind of makes sense. Some of it, and when I say by some
give
of
me
it,
examples of things that make sense,
Oh,
because I am
shit.
very curious about this. Because I've only ever seen clips, but I have not seen anything that I find redeeming
that's
in
I'm talking
anything that
about
he
the
said.
clips.
No, he said plenty of things that like is fine. I mean, it's a bunch of self-help shit. Like,
But is it shit that you would actually agree with, though, or is just fine? Like that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen anything that's like a message I would actually agree with. Just maybe some of the self-help shit is a message I wouldn't disagree with. You know, it's not quite the same thing.
right. I'm not saying that what he's saying is like that I agree with him wholesale. I'm saying that even people that I hate, Donald Trump has said things that I think is
Grab her by
like
the pussy.
right. Probably I don't know why you would say that. But I'm saying Donald Trump has
that's
said
what he
things
said.
that are like, oh my God. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Man,
Thanks.
so-
Derailments.
Oh, I get one derailment a year and I'm getting fucking prosecuted out here. You guys derail all the time.
I have never once derailed a conversation, Tony.
You derail my intros every day. Every
You
time.
love it.
I kind of do. I'm hoping one day that you'll break the streak and just be like, nah, I'm not going to do it today. I like it though.
Basically, I am not religious, right? There are lessons in the Bible that I think are good lessons, even though I don't subscribe to that. I think that's going to be the same for almost anybody. But the man has said some crazy shit.
Well, he does say some.
I got a couple quotes. Now I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. Some of these quotes might be taken out of context or might be clip chimped. Like maybe a couple extra words might have made this a little bit better. But it's like if you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility.
Damn. Did say that.
I'm like, You know, that he talks about how he says that he should be able to have multiple wives. A man should be able to have multiple wives, and a woman should be loyal to one man. And he uses the Bible. Look in the Bible. There's plenty of people that have multiple wives. Like he uses that as
Justification.
as justification for that. He thinks depression's fake.
Yeah, I saw that one this morning when I was looking into him a little bit more.
He said, I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of just being able to do what I want. I like being free. What
Jesus.
the fuck does
Yeah,
that mean?
that one needs more of of the clip because that's crazy.
I don't know that there's any sentence you can start with, I'm not a rapist, but where anything's going to redeem that sentence, dude.
He said, why would you be with a woman who's not a virgin anyway? She is used goods secondhand.
What a weirdo.
Shit is wild.
What a fucking weirdo.
Kevin Samuels don't believe in this stuff.
No.
Like, and I'm not defending Kevin Samuels.
No.
Kevin Samuels is a rude piece of shit to people.
Yes.
But even still, the message he's putting off, I think I mostly agree with. He's saying like, look, woman, why do you think that you're a 10 out of 10 when you have all this stuff that people view as less than that? Like, you got to rate yourself realistically to get with somebody around your level. That seems to be mostly what Kevin Samuels' message was about, except there was a very venomous way that he was attacking women, like, because, that sells, so to speak. And so, like, and that's the stuff I couldn't get jiggy with. But this guy, he says some crazy fucking shit.
Another one
And then all the machismo with it, like I'm a man, like you gotta protect, like just a lot of like what people call toxic masculinity. They don't even like the red pillars. They don't like the word toxic because I don't know.
Really?
Another one of his Tate messages is a man of trauma and difficulty are extremely important because they are the building blocks for mental fortitude and physical fortitude. So he's referencing like you got to go through trials and tribulations at its most difficulty, and it'll build you as a man. That's not bad. I mean, there's a good quote. Not taken out of it.
It's like a nothing quote though. Like a lot of these self-help things are just like nothing bullshit. And I don't know. I think a lot of these self-help people are just charlatans and just bullshit artists. And it's depressing that people buy into them. But when you add in extra shit like misogyny and chauvinism and this alpha male toxic masculinity shit, it can get a little scary because, like, especially if you have a big following, people listen to the shit that you say. People will start believing like that. Oh, Andrew Tate said it, so this is the right way. Why can't I rape someone? Like, yeah, this woman should just not talk to. Why are you talking to me? I didn't talk to you. Like, it's bullshit. It's crazy nonsense.
There's one.
young people are susceptible to this. I don't think it's crazy to ban people that are dangerous from platforms.
There's one quote that he said that reminded me of Pucho, and he goes saying, I can learn things. If I have a point of view and someone challenges it in a very adult and correct logical way, very often I'll change my point of view. That right there read Pucho all over it. I'm like, that's something I feel like Pucho would say. Hey, you know, and in that video, the TikTok video, he goes on saying other things, but some of his messages, if you take a lot of his bullshit antics out, some of it's logical. Like some of it does make sense. Like, are you gonna marry someone that's just fucks around and does? No, you're not. You're not gonna marry a woman.
And he said, "Don't marry a virgin." Sorry,
Well,
he said,
only-
"Don't marry a woman who's not a virgin." That's not what you're saying.
No, there was another video. That's probably another one. I didn't even know he said that. That's fucking wild. Thinking, don't marry a virgin. Or, hey, you can't. I think it's hard to find one.
Yeah, don't marry someone that's
saying-
not a virgin. Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that if your girl's not a virgin, she's damaged goods. Second
Oh
hand.
yeah, that's fucking wild. I thought you were saying that he said don't marry a virgin. I'm like, hey, it's hard to find. That's fucking pretty hard to find unless you're young and she's young.
Don't marry a virgin, yo.
Shit's crazy.
That's my message. Don't.
Why?
Because sex is important.
I knew it.
Imagine
He's
you get
down
married
with
with
this shit.
somebody. Imagine you get married with somebody, and then you have sex for the first time, and the sex is trash to
Teach
the point
them.
where you can't fix this. You're fucked. You're gonna
You can
get a
fix
divorce
it.
now?
You can fix it.
No, you can't.
You can
always-
learn how
No,
to.
you cannot.
So you're saying your first
No,
time
you
having
can't.
sex, you was a fucking porn star. You was fucking golden boy.
No. I'm saying that there are people that have sex a way, and there's no amount of coaching or this or that that's gonna get them to change to an extent that you may enjoy it.
It's time.
Yeah, and you're just talking like straight sexual compatibility too. Like there might be sex acts that this person doesn't like, and maybe that's a deal breaker for you. This is a thing that it's your biggest thing that gets you off or something.
I've never let anybody play with my booty hole. I'm not into it. Imagine I just get
about
married
to
to
bring it
somebody
up.
where that's a necessity for them.
I was just about to bring it up. How am
saying
I gonna get a
virgins, though.
virgin to toss my fucking salad, bro? Another nigga's
break
gotta
it-
teach her that, bro. It's gotta be. She's gotta be in the sexual
So
pool
someone
for a while.
so she's teachable. She
There's-
could be he or she could be taught to do sexual acts.
I
That's
think
what
he
you just
threw
said.
off, I think he threw off his point by saying to get someone to teach her. I think that it's
Yeah.
a lot of like just personal. Like some people don't like certain kinds of sex acts, and that's fine.
That's
But
fine.
but I think that sexual compatibility is important. And Pucho's right.
No amount of coaching is gonna get me to someone to shove a dildo up, man. It's not gonna
That's
happen.
different. That's
No,
a
it's
little
not.
different
It's
because you're
the
not going to
same as
teach
what
her
I'm
that.
saying.
I'm saying
No, it's
you're
the
gonna,
same as what I'm
No,
saying.
you're saying you're gonna.
We're incompatible.
You say you don't want to marry a virgin, right? Cool.
Never.
Because you don't want to. She's not going to be sexually compatible with you. But if she's willing, not even if she's willing, over time, you start expanding your horizon with sex. The first time, you think those first time having sex, you wanted his booty hole ate out? No, that shit happens over time. You think the first time you wanted your dick to get sucked with ice? No, that shit happens over time. You think the first time you wanted to try anal, what happened the first night? No, that shit expands over
Who
time.
said
you
that
marry a
your
virgin?
peak is your first time?
Give
Who
her-
said that?
Yeah, I don't
Give
think
her-
anybody's saying that.
What are
Give her
you
the
what are
time.
you arguing against?
Give
He's
her the
arguing
time.
that he needs a virgin. He'll train
that's
her to
not
be
what
the
I'm
best.
arguing. No, I'm saying
What are
if
you arguing then?
Shut up and let me explain. If you marry a fucking virgin and you teach her over time, like yo, like obviously the first time it's gonna be terrible, but over time she will learn new sexual things. She might find new things that she'll like. It's just how it is. It just you just don't want to
no
deal with
one's
it right
disagreeing
now.
with
Day
that.
one.
No one's disagreeing with that.
Y'all disagreed with it.
What?
Y'all disagree and say, oh, we don't want to
No,
marry a virgin.
I'm not No,
Shit's
I'm
crazy.
saying. Oh my god. It's like-
I think that if you find someone that is chosen to wait until
Nigga's
marriage
a dick.
because of religion or whatever is going on, that person is probably a little bit more prone to being prudish, and the sexual compatibility is going to be lost a little bit there potentially.
Now we're
depending
adding
on
religion.
depending on what you're into. Maybe you're a man that just likes missionary, and boom, that's fine. But the idea of going in without like knowing your sexual compatibility person with someone is a thing that is frightening to me personally.
Well,
I haven't waited till marriage. Why would I expect my partner to wait until marriage?
well, that's
Dude,
these are extra variables.
Somebody came up to me and was like, I'm gonna wait until I'm married. And I'm like, ugh. I said, good luck with that. I'm like, he's like, no, man, we're gonna make it. I said, my brother, this won't be your first or your last relationship. It's like, and I was right.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with a person waiting till marriage, but that kind of person is probably not for me. I don't think that we're sexually compatible. I'm in my mid 30s at this point. It would be weird to me at this point if I was dating someone, they were like, I'm waiting until marriage. I'm like, damn, that's wild.
That's a red flag for
I
me.
think it's wrong.
That's been
I think
half
it's
your
wrong.
life.
I think it's wrong.
You're committing a
wrong.
disservice to the world. You're gonna get a man, because that man will fuck. Okay, that man. If you would have let it go down, the man would fuck. All right. So you're gonna let it get to a point where you got a ring on it, you got legal documents backing this shit. Then y'all gonna get sexually involved, and then time is gonna go on, and then y'all gonna realize y'all just not sexually compatible. And
Imagine
that's an important aspect. Unfortunately, like I don't know.
The idea of teaching someone sex sounds so gross to me too. Like it just there's like a creepy vibe to that I just can't vibe with.
I mean,
like the idea of being like someone's sexual teacher just has these really weird connotations that they don't do it for me. That's not a turn on for me. I want someone that knows what they like and I know what I like, and then we can come together and we can figure out what we both like. And
facts.
So you never been with a girl?
Usually when people are saying teach, they're not saying they could let's sit there like in a classroom setting.
Exactly.
Like they're saying let's expose ourselves to more things and we're gonna learn together what we're both into and things like that.
So y'all boys,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
so y'all boys getting head. Y'all never told a girl, yo, like grab those sacks, fucking pull on it, or yo, like deep toe belt, I want to slap you.
I am very vocal about what I like or don't like.
So that's in a way teaching then. And
I don't think that's teaching. That's more like
teaching
I'm the
what
coach,
I like. No,
and
teaching
they're
what
the
I like.
player on the field, and I'm kind of like, ooh, wait, I'm kind of coaching them, not teaching them.
You're coaching them on what you like or what pleases you. That's the same as you doing it a virgin. Like, yeah, she's new. She ain't gonna be great.
No,
at
it is not.
She
bro.
ain't gonna be.
No, it is not.
She ain't gonna throw it back.
She's gonna suck your dick. She's not gonna want to give you that guac 3000. She's gonna put just the tip.
Not every girl gives guac 3000 now, and they
nah,
have sex
bro, fuck
multiple
outta here.
times.
Exactly. Imagine you get married to a girl and she's a virgin and you're together for years and you never get the guac. Maybe you're going to be like, this isn't compatible. I need that guac in my life.
But I'm saying, like,
I'm just saying you shouldn't get married to somebody that has no sexual experience because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. That's like any other thing. Getting with a girl that you don't know, like, she might have had like some crazy fucking toxic relationships in the past. I would want to know about this shit so that I can know what I'm getting myself into. I don't want to meet the girl that's all sunshine and rainbows right now, and later she's over there keying my car because she thinks I fucking like I looked at a picture on the internet for some crazy shit like that. Like, nah, I don't want to deal with that shit. Like, why would you just accept unknowns? Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry, but even the fetishing of like a virgin is even a little, I guess, too taboo for me. It's weird.
That's what I'm talking about. That creepy fetishizing someone being a virgin. This fetishizing teaching someone sex, because in my mind the connotation of teaching, I can teach this virgin, is you're going to teach her to please you. She's going to be your little, like, your sex doll is what your fantasy is. That, you're like that's the connotation that I get with statements like that. Maybe
Also,
that's not the way that it's meant in any of the conversation we've had here, but that's the connotation I get. That's the way that I've heard creepy ass dudes on the internet and in person say that whenever they're talking about, I only date virgins or whatever the fuck.
It's the same thing when somebody says they only date young women. It's like,
I also find it funny too. I don't know how true it is or if it's a factual thing, but I do believe that women enjoy having sex with a man that's a virgin more than guys do with girls, I guess. And so, I don't know, because I always had this like thing in my head, like, well, I think that
you're
maybe
speaking for women.
You hear what I said all before I said that, right? I don't know if it's a factual thing. I don't know if it's valid. I'm just saying, like, throughout history, I've always seen, like, some girls be super excited. Like, oh, you're a virgin? Like, I witnessed people, like, a lot of women say this. Guys never, openly admit that shit because it's always been like, oh, nah, you can't be, like, a virgin. It's always been, like, a thing to be dissed on. But, like, girls get excited, more excited than I think guys when they say, oh, I'm a virgin. And they'd be like, oh, I want to take it. Like it's
No,
a
I
card
think-
for them.
I
I've got
think
no-
on average, no way. I think there are girls because I used to joke in high school and say I'm a virgin. I just used to say that, and there used to be women, the girls that used to be like, and think that it was the cutest thing ever, and make sexually suggestive comments and things like that. That like they want to take my virginity and shit like that, and it's like okay, but like I don't think that's the norm, bro. Like I think.
Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah,
that's why I said
I don't have any experiences in my life that inform either way, but most of anything that I've heard on the internet is mostly guys fetishizing the idea of a virgin.
Yeah,
I think predators are on both sides of the aisles, and I think that's all that you're seeing is a little bit of a predator-ish
I don't think that's
come out of
predatorish
somebody.
either. Like
it absolutely is.
don't
What, having even just the thought of you saying, "I'm gonna take your virginity," like what the fuck are you talking about? I'm taking it. Like shit is just weird for me. Like even just the thought of somebody wanting to own. It's weird.
I don't think it goes
But
back to being owning.
we're making a
things
major
either.
deviation here. All right?
Yes.
I wanted to say one other thing. This man Andrew Tate had a cam girl service, right? In Romania, he had like a bunch of cam girls, right? Like he had a place, a business set up
It's
where
a
he had
smart
girls
business.
come. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. He said that he has fucked every single one of his cam girls because the only way that a woman will become loyal to a man is if she has given him her body. So, I might be botching. I didn't read this. I'm not reading this quote. I just remember him saying this. Basically saying that in order for him to get loyalty out of these women and to his business, he has sex with them. So part of his employment process for employing these women is he's like, I'm going to fuck them. And then afterwards, I'll know if they're going to make me good money or not. You know?
That makes me deeply uncomfortable. I do not like one bit of that.
Yeah.
Shit is wild.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with him getting banned. I don't give a fuck about the guy. And he's running a big pyramid scheme too. Like I don't give a fuck.
And I've told you this before, Pooch. I think that people make a big deal about slippery slopes, and I think it's mostly bullshit. I think it's just people scrambling for a reason to be angry that their dude is getting banned.
Yeah. I mean,
I
still
think
don't
there are cases where things get out of hand, but I think in general, yeah, people are scrambling to defend their guy.
And I also wouldn't. I also still like getting banned on all things. Like he ain't violated on other shit. Like get banned on things you need to get banned on, but on all things. And then again, like I don't give a fuck if he is banned or not. I'm just speaking like.
I mean, we've seen similar things before, though, right? Like if someone commits a crime, they get arrested, their Facebook's getting shut down. They're going after their accounts and shutting them down, and it's not like they committed that crime through their Facebook account, through their Discord or something. But services are covering their ass. You don't want to be the one service that didn't ban someone, and then everyone's gonna be like, why the fuck didn't Instagram remove this fucking piece of shit? Twitter did, YouTube did.
Yeah, you don't want to be the outcast, pretty much. You're on
Here's
mute.
one thing that makes me uncomfortable, though. Like he got banned, right? I don't mind his banning. I think he said a lot of terrible shit. And the worst thing is, like, I seen a video of like a second grade kid or something like that telling his classmate, like, you don't do shit, you don't work as hard as I work to make it. And he was telling like some girl in his class, like, bitch, you're in second grade, you don't do shit, you just fucking eat your Lunchable and listen to your mom, like,
And
like,
try
get
not
the
to
fuck
pee your
outta here.
pants.
So like there's hateful shit there. Like I get it. And he's having some impact on the youth. And I think that was the main motivation for banning him. The thing that makes me uncomfortable is like, I don't know if you've seen what's on TikTok. There's a lot of crazy shit on there. There's girls just straight giving blowjob tutorials. There's girls on there talking about this is how you eat like the clitoris or whatever. There's girls that are talking about, I've had sex with 200 men. You know what I'm saying? Normalizing like, young girls kind of just being
open fucking
promiscuous, right? I don't think that's good personally. Like, especially because the primary consumer of all this content are kids.
I think
That's what makes me super uncomfortable. And I'm like, should any of this shit be here? Like I don't
TikTok
know.
definitely skews younger. I've seen a number of content creators that have started getting away from TikTok lately because some concerns like that. There's a trans content creator that I follow that they just pulled back from TikTok because TikTok is filled apparently with a ton of like transphobic jokes and comments and things like that, and TikTok is becoming kind of a gross place, man.
I don't think I ever ran into one of those TikTok videos yet. Or maybe because I only like certain
they're not
ones.
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
TikTok is actually if you look into, say, as I'm a software guy, like I'm a coding guy. If you look into the tech behind TikTok, like read articles about how this stuff works, they've nailed something that no other tech company has. They know what people want to watch. Like, and they feed it to you nonstop. People could sit on TikTok for 3 hours and not be bored because every single video that hits is for them. Like the profiles that they built out for people of, these are their interests and this is how long they're gonna watch these types of videos. So like they're getting appropriately linked videos with the appropriate topics, with the right people, all the shit. They got this stuff mapped out like crazy, and it's like super secretive. Like there's not a lot of details to the specific how the inner workings are.
Damn.
But yeah, so long story short, that's why you're not getting that, because you're not into those types of circles and stuff like that. But for these young girls that they're watching all type of like clothing stuff and dance stuff, and then it's, this is how you cut your clothes to look sexy, and then it's like, this is how you walk and talk to be sexy, to this is how you suck a dude's dick so that they could come. You're like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? The escalation is crazy. And it's like, that in and of itself isn't that bad. Hey, this is how you give head, like whatever. But it's like the fact that it's like 12-year-old girls watching this. 12-year-old girls are being told by the people they look up to, I fucked over 100 dudes. And then there must be like, all right, well, I can fuck as many people as I want, because if they fucked over 100, that's just... and it's just, I think these are bad values to be instilling in our youth. But
they're definitely like lopsided, right? Like I don't think there's anything wrong with having sex. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with being promiscuous, but there's like a lot of safety talks that also have to go along with that. Especially for women, because guys are shitty and rape exists and it's a fucking thing. There's a lot of extra talks that have to go along with sexual education. So getting your education that's just one-sided is definitely a problem.
I think there's nothing wrong with promiscuity and having sex. Like I feel like we live in two worlds, right? We live in the world of how the world ought to be. And sure, I don't think that anybody should bat an eye if someone has sex a lot or anything like that. But then there's the way that the world is. And if you're someone who has sex a lot, you're going to have worse outcomes in life. Not even like STD related, not pregnancy related, but just like treatment, the way people are going to treat you. If people perceive you as, and I'm saying quote, as a whore, people are going to treat you like a whore. And that the way that treatment comes is actually really bad for like a self-esteem of a person, for outcomes. Like I know people from high school that people used to say that person is a whore or a slut or whatever. And that person is still that in my head. I'm 30 something years old. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like the impact that has is tremendous. So it's like, on one hand, while I don't disagree that these things aren't bad, they shouldn't be bad, I also don't want that for my daughter. Like, because I know the negativity and the baggage and all that stuff that it comes with.
Or
that's
just
why
kids in
it
general,
makes me
though, right?
uncomfortable. What?
Just kids in general, not gender specific, though, right? Like,
no, it's very gender specific. A boy who has sex with a lot of people, they view him as the man.
But I'm saying you wouldn't find it wrong, though.
What?
Are you saying that you wouldn't find it wrong if you had a son instead of a daughter watching these videos?
No, I don't want. What? No, when I'm talking about watching videos, too.
Well, no, videos of learning how to have sex, 200 people, or she's having sex with 200 people and it's saying that's okay. Like, no, that's not okay. You're saying that.
No, I'm saying it is okay. It doesn't matter if you have sex with 200 people. Okay. I don't want my kid to have sex with 200 people, because in the real world, there's consequences to that. Even if you don't get an STD, even if you don't get pregnant, the way people are going to treat you is like
a piece of shit,
scum of the earth. And that I don't want that for my kid. And I don't want my son to have sex with 200 people, but if he did, no one's gonna treat him like the scum of the earth.
Still sexist.
I think they would, honestly. Like you look at guys that like are at the club every weekend trying to hook up and something. I look down on those guys a little bit. Like I think it's kind of scummy to go and just try to get women drunk and have sex with them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm saying in general, I think one side is gonna get worse treatment than the other.
I don't even think it's like that, Mateo, to be honest. Like maybe some, but not the majority. Like I go out to like bars or whatever, or even if I go to a club, like I'm not there to get a chick drunk to take her home to fuck. Like, nah.
I don't think he's talking about you.
Yeah, I'm not
talking
saying
a specific type of guy.
I know. I'm saying in general. Like he's saying that he
sex
views
with 200
people.
women.
Who me? No. I never.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I know, but I'm saying what Mateo. He's saying that
I'm talking about a very specific kind of guy that I do see a lot, and I see kind of like idolized in certain groups, and like for other people they look down on them. The kind of guys that keep like conquest, like tallies, and they talk about their body count all the time, and the toxic masculinity kind of guys.
Yeah, there's a whole hookup culture.
I took it as a general form of people who go out to the bars or the clubs.
That's I don't think negatively of someone that just happens to go to clubs a lot or anything, but there's a specific type that would match up to what we've been talking about here.
No, yeah, because it just sounded like that's like people who go to the club to get drunk, get the girl drunk. That's why I was like, he's speaking in general because it's like,
I mean, if you are going to the club and trying to get a girl drunk just to hook up with her, I think you're a scumbag.
But I mean,
yeah, I mean, if you have to get a girl drunk and like if that's your goal, like I don't know, I feel like you're a loser. Women are already there wanting to, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to get anyone drunk.
Women are not there.
Don't lie to have sex. Don't fucking like get someone drunk to have sex. Don't drug someone to have sex. These are the general rules of dating.
Yeah, don't Cosby anybody out there.
It's just
crazy.
Weird because in hood culture, in the hood, it's always like, let's get a bottle and link and shit like that. And one thing leads to another when you're on alcohol.
Well, they're both.
But it's like
they're both mutually accepting it. You know what I mean? It's different. Like, because alcohol does loosen you up. Like, you know what I mean? It makes you more relaxed, makes you more like talkative. If some people who are shy, it kind of brings it out more. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm drunk, I'm a dancer. I'm a dance. Even though I don't dance good, I feel like when I'm drunk, I could dance and not give a fuck. Like I don't feel bothered by. I don't feel weirded out. You know what I mean?
There's nuances to these things. Like I'm not saying that if you go on a date with someone, you should just not have drinks the entire time or anything.
Oh yeah.
But there's nuance to this. There's a difference between like having some drinks and deciding to hook up and getting a girl visibly drunk or feeding her shots with the explicit purpose of I'm gonna get her guard down so we can hook up. Like there is a world of difference. There's a lot of nuance between those.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a rule of thumb, I'm weirded out by trying to hang out with women in places where people are drinking like that. Like I would be very careful.
Yeah,
especially all this like these rape allegations and stuff like that. Like I would not want to be caught up in something like, oh yeah, we had a couple drinks, we were hanging out, everything seemed fine, and then the next day they're hitting you with, yo, I was drunk. You're like, boy, no, like I had drinks too. Like, it's a complicated situation. Like,
gotta be careful.
I would, yeah, absolutely. Like in general, I wouldn't get drunk or get high with people I don't know.
Same.
Like that's something that I think you need to go into that space together, knowing that this is going to happen, and some kind of conversation like, yo, we may get into it and we're okay with that beforehand. Not saying that gives you consent the whole way through, but that should give you some peace of mind that what you're getting into, at least you guys are fully aware of what might transpire.
Well, it gives the groundwork so that way later on, either one of y'all could be like, nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, and it's like, cool. That was the conversation, is that we're starting the dialogue.
Yep.